Sitting in a quiet bathroom, she waited alone. She waited with anticipation while at the same time holding her breath and the white plastic stick. Will today be like all the other days of the past 12 years? Or will the bright blue cross sign appear today? The long-anticipated news finally arrived as the blue ink lit up in the sign of a cross. It was positive. After 12 years of marriage, a miracle baby was finally conceived. The excitement for their precious baby grew with each passing day. The future was bright. 6 weeks after that glorious blue cross sign appeared, that bright future came to an abrupt halt. Darkness surrounded the couple as they waited for the doctor. The neurologist walked in and apologized for the news he was about to deliver. As the gray-haired man shifted on his feet and gazed down at the floor, he announced that the MRI revealed a brain tumor. Then he said in a whisper, "This type of tumor does not need to be biopsied." No biopsy sounded great to the mother, but he kept explaining, "The tumor is so deep inside of her brain that a biopsy was not recommended, as the procedure would leave her without the ability to speak or understand language, and it would risk the life of the baby." Then he continued, "There's also no need because it is a classic MRI for glioma. It's untreatable because of its location. There's nothing that we can do." The couple was numb, as the doctor explained how quickly the tumor would grow and that MRIs would need to be done every 4 to 6 weeks to track the growth. The husband quietly asked about her prognosis. Darkness enveloped them, as the doctor responded, 18 weeks is my best estimate. 18 weeks. Sitting on the examination table in her patient gown, the cold room felt small. Her husband stood by her side as she shifted nervously, making the paper that was stuck to her legs crackle. The OBGYN arrived to check on the health of the baby. Or so they thought. Before he entered the room, he'd already been briefed by the neurologist about the brain tumor. He introduced himself and got straight to the business at hand. "I think you should have an abortion." The parents looked at him with shock and disbelief. An abortion could possibly give you more time. The hormones in pregnancy often make cancer grow more rapidly. In unified shock, they replied, "No." The doctor shook his head, and he continued, "I am your doctor. I'm not that baby's doctor. It's in your best interest to terminate this pregnancy." According to a study done by Airtasker, 91.9% of respondents said that they had trust in doctors. In this survey, physicians outrank 6 other professions, including IT workers. In another study, a Gallup poll in 2018 found that medical professionals are the most trusted profession. Pew Research Center also found that public confidence in scientists exceeds the confidence in other groups and institutions, including the media, business leaders, and elected officials. Even though making abortion illegal would obviously save many lives, it will not change the mindset of the people who do not believe in the culture of life. One issue is found in the hands of the doctors. These men and women are constantly given advice to their patients. These trained professionals have seen evidence of the existence of life from its beginning. They have been tested and studied and witnessed it firsthand. People in other professional fields don't get the same experience, and this leads people to trust medical doctors with their own lives. Former abortionist Dr. David Brewer witnessed his first abortion when he was in medical school. He was asked to see if all the pieces were there. He stated, "I thought it would be an exciting hands-on experience, looking at tissue. I opened the sack up and put it on the towel, and there were parts of a person in there. I knew what I was looking at. I had taken anatomy. There was a little scapula and an arm. I saw some ribs and a chest and a tiny head, and I saw a piece of a leg and a tiny hand. And I turned and said, 'I guess you got it all.'" Ladies and gentlemen, the story about the pregnant mother with the untreatable brain tumor is my story. I am the baby that the doctor thought was not worth saving. My parents were my voice. How many parents would feel helpless and think that the doctor is the ultimate authority? How many parents would have listened to his advice, not feeling like they had any other option? That baby is standing in front of you today, talking about the importance of all the other lives who cannot speak for themselves. That baby's parents are in this audience. My mother is beautiful and healthy. My mother survived the untreatable. Her brain tumor has not even grown a fraction of a millimeter in almost 19 years. One possible solution could bring the culture of life to medical professionals, especially the OBs. They, in turn, could guide others in this same direction. There are many women's clinics and resources throughout our community. With the implied authority and trustworthiness of doctors, they can become the voices for the unborn. Each community could gather a list of businesses and resources for these women. This list could be delivered to the doctors in the area so that they can offer options to struggling mothers. I was blessed that my parents were not swayed by the doctor's advice. They were my voice. Together we can grow a culture of life and become a unified voice for the unborn. The Lord called me from the womb, formed me from the womb to be his servant. Isaiah chapter 49, verse 1 through 5. Thank you.